Okay. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is the last Friday of CRP. It's crazy how we've come this far and that it's coming to a close. So, as you can see, the very handsome Nathan Drake toasting to you all. Um, it's been a long haul. Even though it's a quick 4 weeks, it's a challenge. The first month is a challenge. It's getting acclimated to a new system. It's finding balance between responsibilities, both personal, professional, and educational. All the ationals, if I dare say. Um, so you really should be taking a deep breath and reaching your right hand over your shoulder and patting yourself on the back, because um, coming this far and get it is no small accomplishment, and you really should be proud of what you accomplished. So I want to congratulate you. Nathan wants to congratulate you, and I I'm just really excited. I'm really excited for the rest of your journey. Looking at the rough drafts, I noted that on Monday night session, gave you a couple of tips of what you should be looking for your final drafts, and for the most part, you guys are very bleh, can't speak, very goal oriented, and it's pretty cool to see. I feel very blessed that I'm on the front lines and I get to see the very beginning of your journey and how exciting that is for you, and also how scary that is for you. Um, just have confidence in what you have the capabilities of doing and what you're exploring, and remember that it's all there for you for the taking. It's just taking advantage and um, seizing the opportunities that are before you. So with that said, I guess I want to ask you guys if you have any questions regarding the final presentation, regarding the self-reflection at the end that you have to do. Do you guys have any questions or concerns about that?
I personally have no questions. I'm feeling confident. So thank you.
Sweet. I'm so happy for you, and I know I'm actually looking really forward to viewing the final after we get out of here. So I got to open it up, and already I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. So um, and thank you for being so proactive. And now you get to enjoy your weekend. So congratulations.
Thanks. I needed to mentally prepare for next month's class starting on Monday.
Oh,
So you
yes,
have everything.
yes. Absolutely. And then you have Thanksgiving in the mix. So, I hear that. I hear that. Um, does anyone else have any questions? Do you guys know what to do for this self-reflection? It's very easy. Um, it, it's basically reflecting on the whole month and what you are going to take away, what you thought of the class. It gives an opportunity for you to give feedback to me. Yes, I need feedback as well. So um, it allows me to grow as an educator, as a professional, as a person. So please be truthful and let me have it. um, Do you guys have anything that you want to share before I share my last words with you all? Any
Uh,
comments?
I guess I just wanted to say that the feedback was overall really helpful that you gave me personally as far as how to edit mine and like what to take out and what to add. So thank you for that.
Oh, that makes my heart happy. Ah, thank you. It's my pleasure. I just, being a student myself, I know how important feedback is, and I know how important it is to get it in a timely manner and being specific with comments. So that makes me happy. That makes me feel good that it's helping. So thank you for
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Robert. Your feedback was amazing, and everybody in the class who gave feedback, that was phenomenal. So thank you to you, and thank you to all of the classmates for the feedback.
Oh, thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Again, really, really my pleasure. And I like the fact that, what do you guys think of the audio feedback opposed to the written feedback? I'm curious.
I liked it a lot actually.
Cool.
It
Yeah,
uh
I agree.
it was just kind of sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Robert. You're good.
I was gonna say it's kind of like it gives you more of like a personal touch, I guess, because it's like you're sitting there like face to face, getting like feedback, like sitting in a classroom from your teacher, which is essentially what it is. But like having the audio there, I think it definitely, I think it helps and adds like that human element. So I liked it.
Cool. Cool. Because I worry about that a little bit. I know that I can tend to talk a little fast sometimes, or my voice goes in and out. So I was curious about that, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It really it makes me feel like I'm connected to you guys more, even though you're not in the room with me. I feel like we're connected through that. So thank you, Robert, for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Oh, and
Yeah, Robert said it all for
Jordan,
me. I agree with everything you said, Robert.
awesome. So ditto, ditto.
Yep, ditto.
Very cool. Very cool. I I definitely like switching it up a little bit, especially the plans. The plans are so detailed. So I guess I'll ask you guys that question. Are you overwhelmed when I write paragraphs? Because I've been trying to work on that, but I can't help it.
I mean, for me personally, it's not overwhelming because English is kind of a strong suit for me, I guess, and I really enjoy writing lengthy paragraphs and papers. And I actually get reprimanded sometimes by my boss because, I'll like ask her a question and like send her an email and it'd be like this really long novel. And she's like, keep it short. But yeah, it doesn't bother me at all.
Thank you, Robert. So you made me feel better. I'm not a lunatic, and there's other people that like to write.
Yeah, absolutely. I love writing.
I
But
personally hate writing, but I know that I'm long-winded in a lot of my responses. So I appreciate the longer feedback just because it does cover many different elements of what we were doing. So definitely informative, and I appreciated them.
cool, cool. Okay, I could wipe my brow on that one. Thank you. Is there anything, like, if you had the power to change anything, would you change anything about the class, or is there something that you would have liked to have learned?
I
Personally,
think for
I wasn't. overly thrilled with the reading. Very informative, great information. I guess I'm just not necessarily a reader, so it felt a little overwhelming to retain that information prior to do any of the assignments. But I think that just comes naturally with going to school. I mean, it's been years since I've been in school, so that's something I think I just have to get used to again.
Yes, and I get it. I get you, Nicole, because going back to school myself, it was a lot. It was a lot, and I was an English lit major as an undergrad, so you can imagine that there was nothing but reading and writing. So I get that it could get a little overwhelming. The cool thing about Flightology and Resonate is there is a lot of graphics. So once you get in the chapters, it's kind of cool that there's so many images and not walls and walls of text. So
Yeah.
hopefully that made you feel a little bit better.
Oh, it did.
That's good.
It was just a lot. It was just a lot for me personally.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Mary, yeah, more time. I know it goes very, very fast, and it is an accelerated program, but it's very unique in the fact that you're getting um, your college journey in a shorter amount of time, and you'll be graduating and walking across that stage in less time than you would a traditional traditional university. Um, so yeah, and that you are not alone in your thoughts, as many people feel that way. They wish they had more time in any one class. And I will miss you too, and I hope that you all will keep my contact information and let me know once in a while. I know it gets hectic, I know it gets busy, but I would love to hear about your progression. Um, Especially knowing you guys at the very beginning of your journey and finding out what your journey is all about, and maybe some of the things the goals that you set for yourself, and accomplishing those goals. So definitely keep in touch.
These sound stages that we're sneaking into, these are actually more.
And I
Cool.
was just gonna say,
There's more.
kind of the opposite of what Nicole said about the reading. I didn't think. I mean, I really don't like to read either. I really haven't read since high school. Like I kind of used to enjoy it, but it's not really my thing anymore. But I think that the reading was like it's pretty helpful in that the chapters that we read for that week kind of like aligned well with the assignments that we had to do.
Hmm.
And I think they were like really informative. And like you said, there was a lot of like pictures in there, so it like kind of broke it up, and it wasn't just like this big, like you said, wall of text. Like I think it was paced pretty well, and I think it kind of like assisted us in the process, or at least for me anyway.
Awesome. Awesome. And I love Nancy. I just think that we align with our philosophy on story and um, presentation, how they're very similar, and how a strong story could really engage your audience and have you connect with your audience. So um, I was excited that she was the gonna be the author of our books for this month. So cool.
Yeah, actually, I really liked her writing style. It was pretty cool. It was like not as formal as you would expect, I guess.
No, she has more of for lack of a better word, chill
Yeah,
personality. You
that
know,
is a good word.
cool, Cool. And Jordan says, I thought the reading was fun. I've read a lot of textbooks, and these two were probably the best two I ever read. Awesome. That's cool. That's cool. So great stuff, guys. I really enjoyed this month. I think that over all of my sections, it just to see the interaction. And as Nicole pointed out, she pointed out how helpful the feedback was from her peers, which I think is awesome. It's another blessing that I have to witness you guys building community. And since day one, I said how important community is. And the fact that you're online and not campus doesn't have to make you separate on your own island. You're just as much a part of Full Sail as anybody that steps on campus. And technology does that for us. So I know, Amber, you had some reservations reaching out to classmates that really weren't responding, but exchange information, even with the people that are currently in this class. Build that. Like the very first night, we had that networking exercise, and even though you're not in the same section, you're in the same school. So, exchange that information and communicate with each other. It's so important, and the relationships that you'll have right now, you'll find are the best relationships that you'll have because they've known you since day one. Quick little story. When I taught DGL, which was the first month class, a little over 2 years now, I had an online section, and of course I encouraged networking. So they were in 2 different sections, and they decided to collaborate on one of the discussion boards, and it turned into this whole story where in one section it was episode 1 that he shared on the discussion board, and another section it was episode 2, and then they combined it so each class can have both episode 1 and episode 2. So I thought it was really cool, and they still talk to each other and keep in touch with me to let me know how they're doing, and I just love to hear about that. I love stories like that. Aw, that's so sweet, Mary. I'm gonna say it out loud if you don't mind, unless you want to say it out loud. Aw, your mic broke. Darn it. Okay, Mary wishes everybody happy holiday and says that meeting you all virtually will be one of the things I truly will be thankful for. And that's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, tis the season to be grateful for everything that we have, and I second that emotion, Mary. All right. If is there any other questions or concerns before I leave you with my final thoughts? Okay. All right, so I'll set this up a little bit. I decided before I went and signed up for the MFA in creative writing, I had an epiphany, and that epiphany was that I need to practice more of what I preach. And I've been writing since I can hold a pencil, and I let that go to the side because I put a lot of things before that. Um, so a lot of reflection. I The MFA really challenged me to do things that I would never thought I would write. So fast forward, I had a student one that is a poetic lyricist, and he wants to break into the hip hop genre, and he challenged me. He said, Miss V, my father told me about this writing a journal for 30 days, and it's called an affirmation journal. And I was like, that's really interesting. What did it entail? Like, what were the guidelines? And he said, you have to ask yourself a question every single day. So, for instance, you would ask yourself, why am I loved? Why am I successful? Why am I grateful? Why am I smart? And every day you would ask yourself an affirmative question and just journal about it, and try to reflect on things that you do that make you that way. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And I said, okay, so I'm going to meet your challenge. And then I'm also going to challenge myself to write in your style. Because I've always been a fan of the spoken word, but I've always been petrified of it. All my poetry has been pretty much free verse, and it's very metaphysical, and I never really rhymed, nor did I perform. So I did the journal, and I met his challenge, and I made my affirmation poem, and it's really I had you guys in mind when I wrote it. I had my students in mind when I wrote it, and it's my gift to you. So, without further ado, if you are ready, and I would preface this with, I'm definitely more the writer than I am the performer. So be gentle. I am no Kendrick Lamar, so just be gentle. Okay. My affirmation. Less stressing by learning my lessons while writing my confessions, counting all my blessings, no second guessing. Only the fool becomes complacent, not exploring what's adjacent, standing still with no agent, testing my will that was God sent. I listen when others vent, practicing patience like Clark Kent, left with daily questions to revel in my reflection, without giving you get rejection. Remember where I came from, not forgetting we get warm under the same sun. No matter what color or practice religion, it's about education, getting others to see the relation. Underneath our hearts beat from the same drum. I was born to have a pen in my hand, bleeding words onto a page as only I can, saving souls from dying before their lifespan, turning the ignorant into a knowledge fan, teaching change don't happen without a plan, letting go to let your mind expand, blessed with the power to plant a seed, leading them into action so they may lead, holding my breath so they can breathe, a profound awareness of what they need, a transference of strength for them to proceed, making minds bleed, leaving room for perspective, having empathy with objective, not your mother, but protective. Promoting love as a collective, my spirit is what I give. Serving others is how I live. We need one another. There is light to discover. Without a we, there is no other. I call you my sister, or I call you my brother. Negativity take cover. Grab my hand, I'll be your guide. Knowing nothing, swallowing my pride. Absorb everything and enjoy the ride. Success is in your reach. You decide. And that, my friends, is my parting words. And I wish you the best of everything. Know that you have the power to control and pursue your own happiness. Everything is out there for the taking. You just have to step up to the plate, challenge yourself, and don't be afraid. Remember that failure is just the beginning of a new opportunity. It isn't the end. It is a new beginning. So enjoy every minute. I do hope that you will stay in touch with me and let me know how you're doing. I look forward to these final presentations. Keep posted. Remember that the deadline is not until Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a wonderful, happy holiday weekend. Take advantage of it. Take care of yourself. Give yourself a moment to reflect on your choice and what you just did this whole month, and enjoy every minute. Oh, Mary, yes, I am old school. I'm definitely old school. Influential from many of the street poets. I would say like Nas and Wu-Tang Clan members. If I say. Yes, NYC right here. So, I wish you the best of everything. Thank you so much for keeping me company all month, and happy Friday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and uh, remember what you're grateful for, and hug those family members. It's been real, guys. Have a great day.